Hello and welcome to Total Drama Multiverse episode 6, I think. In today's video, we will be going over the third episode of the game show portion. I am recording this at 12:36 and it's supposed to premiere at 3, so hopefully I can lock in. But yeah, although I don't think many people would care if it freaking premiered like 3 minutes late. Today's episode is actually, the challenge was inspired by Twinbur Wolves' idea in the comments section. Remember, if you're watching this and you have any ideas for a challenge, then you can put it in the comments section. And if I heart your comment, that means I'm going to do it in the next episode, or at least one of them if you comment multiple. But without further ado, let's get into it. The episode starts with the Warped Weasels, and Trump and Ezekiel are pissed about Peely just getting booted. So they're sulking. Accidentally ended the recording. Okay, so these two are sulking, and in Scary Girl are getting closer. These two are getting closer, but Toph feels really left out. So, because she was with Marcy, but they didn't really get along that well. So she just kind of is sitting alone, and that's when Luz from the other team, the Rifted Ravens, is walking by and sees her just sitting there by herself. And she comes up and waves at her. Obviously, she doesn't respond. And she says, "Hello?" And she's like, "Oh, who's there?" And it's like, "I'm right in front of you." And it's like, "I'm blind." And she's like, "Oh, my bad." But Luz ends up talking to Toph, and they talk about how both their parents are so controlling, especially Toph's, and they start bonding, and they decide to make an inter-team alliance. So Luz and Toph are both aligned, and they plan to work together at Merge. In Confessional, Luz says this is perfect. Now she has 4 alliance members once the Merge hits, so she should be good. But also, she does genuinely care about the 3 of them. She's not like a villain or just a super strategic player in general. Speaking of the Rifted Ravens, all the girls have really become like really good friends. Because at first, it was just these 3 girls would hang out and these 2 girls would hang out. But after Kissy and Applejack getting closer last episode, they've all decided to hang out together. And they're all talking and having fun, while these 2 have both pretty much realized they're on the outs, and if they lose 2 times in a row, Spider-Man and or Peter and Tails are just cooked. So they both decide to start looking for the idol, which I forgot to mention. There's an idol this season. I don't know if I ever mentioned that, but there is an idol this season. So both Tails and Spider-Man split up to go look for the idol. Finally, on the Crooked Crocs, Jax, Monica, and Jinx are talking, and Captain Foxy is just standing there next to him doing nothing. And Dipper is spying on him with Izuku. And when Izuku comes up to him, and Izuku is like, "What are you doing?" And Dipper's like, "I'm pretty sure, I don't know what happened, but I'm pretty sure during the last challenge, Jinx did something to Fritz." And Izuku was like, "I want to be surprised. They're a bunch of jerks, but what do you mean?" He's like, "Doesn't Fritz seem like he's not acting the same at all? He barely will talk to us, and in fact, he's around them most of the time." Izuku's like, "Yeah, I have the ability to make people not want to be around me anymore." And he's like, "Dude, that's sad." And he's like, "I know." And he's like, "No, I don't think that's it though. I think something like she might have like hacked the robot circuit or something. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out though." And Zuko's like, "Okay, you do that." So that's pretty much it for the pre-challenge. But then it's challenge time, and Twinberwolf's challenge was a VR survival challenge. So I named this challenge Zero Mercy because I added a little bit of a more violent twist on it. Using some VR technology from a different universe, Chris will have all teams work together in the VR game, which is extremely realistic and can simulate everything, including pain. To kill, basically, all teams must work together to kill every other member of the opposing team. They're in like an abandoned wasteland, so they can find like weapons and stuff. Um, the last two teams to have at least one member left standing win. So the first team to lose all their members will go to elimination, and nobody is sitting out this time. Everybody, by the way, still has their normal stuff, which gives, I know, a huge unfair advantage for, like, he gets an insane advantage, he gets an insane advantage, she gets an insane advantage, but it's fine. When it starts, how many is there? All 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All 20 campers spawn in right in front of each other, and chaos erupts. I think the first person who gets killed is, I think Scary Girl would probably start it, because everyone would just be looking at each other, and I think Scary Girl would just rush to the first person she sees, and just murder freaking Tails. So if someone goes all the way to the, actually no, all the way to the right side, that means they're dead. Except Toph, she's not dead yet. After that, Peter tries to get revenge and kill Scary Girl, but N comes in and starts shooting up Peter. And they end up having a whole fight where I think N probably kills Peter. So these two are both dead. A lot of the more innocent people, like Luz and Star and of course Deku, start running away. But I think Trump probably can't make it away before Jinx comes up and kills Trump. She doesn't like authority figures very much. So, yeah, he's dead. I think Monica suddenly teleports away, and Jax is really confused because she can't teleport as far as he knows. So he just runs away. And then it cuts to Deku hiding in a hiding spot, and Monica's hands come out through like the code of the game and just snap his neck. So she kills her own team member. She then sneaks back into the code. Then with all the chaos erupting, Kissy freaks out. Star and Luz try to calm her down, and she just starts going crazy. She ends up killing Ezekiel and killing Fritz, like just destroying the circuit board. Now their bodies do stay on the map, but whenever someone dies, they just take the headset off. So Dipper runs over because it's a 1-to-1 recreation, so he runs over and grabs the mask of Foxy and then keeps or the endo head of Foxy and keeps running. Then I think eventually Star is able to use her wand to freeze Kissy in place, and then her and Luz work together to bring her away, so she stops killing people. But I think the next person to die is, I think Scary Girl and N are going to start actually hunting for people this time, and I think they'll come up on Ashley and Applejack, who are hiding in like behind some bushes, and they'll just start raining hell on him from the sky, and I think he'll send one of his grenade hands down, and it'll kill both of them, so they're both dead. Then I think Toph, knowing it's a game, I don't think Toph would kill many people in real life, but knowing it's a game will touch the ground, and since it's like a wasteland, there's a bunch of rocks everywhere, and then just start throwing rocks everywhere. But she's blind, so she can't see what she's throwing them at, and actually ends up slamming Green Shadow in the face right in front of Marcy, and Green Shadow gets killed. So Marcy starts yelling at her to stop, and she ends up eventually she stops, but not before throwing one straight into Jax's face, which smushes his face against the wall. But he's kind of like a cartoon, so he lives it. Marcy's able to calm her down, and is trying to calm her down. Toph down, because Toph is like tweaking. When suddenly, crazy reference for the ones that know, but Jinx comes behind her with a makeshift sword she made out of a rock, because it's Jinx, and stabs her straight through the back. If you know, you know. And right after Marcy says that she just needs to to bring Toph to another place, she goes, "I just need to," and gets stabbed, just like the show. So Marcy's dead. I think, if I'm right, everyone that is here is dead. So these 9 are alive and Dipper's alive. What reminds me, Dipper runs to like a nearby cave and is hiding in the cave. The same cave that he finds Trump's body in it, and he's hiding in there. And he looks in the code, and he can tell that some of the wires are not where they're supposed to be, because he's a nerd. He can tell something happened to him, but before he can like really figure out what it is, Monica comes to the code up behind him and murders him. So Dipper's dead. She's basically killing all her own team members at this point, that just for fun, because it's Monica. She comes up. Actually, yeah, she comes up with a noose and then hangs him. That sounds like something she would do. She Saoris him. She then riffs away. She's like, "Okay, I probably should stop killing my own team members," especially because she likes the other two. Then she is looking through the sky with her code, and she sees Kissy still like frozen, and Luz and Star trying to calm her down. And Monica uses some code to turn Star's wand into just like a toy instead of an actual like magical item, and all of a sudden frees Kissy, and she's still freaking out, and she ends up in her rampage accidentally killing Star. So Luz is like super pissed at Kissy, and is like yelling at her, and then Kissy just runs off into the woods, and then Luz is like, "Wait, no, I'm sorry." So these are the only two that are still here. Monica laughs, but not before Scary Girl and End, who are flying through the sky, see her and start shooting at her, and it actually ends up hitting her face, and her face cracks, like not like when you get shot and it's bleeding everywhere, but it like cracks like how it does in the jump scare in the game. And she ends up going after both of them, and using she codes her hand to be super big, and she smushes both of them. So everyone on this team is dead except Toph. And then these 3 are alive, and then these 2. So it's basically Toph, Kissy, Luz, Monica, Jax, and Jinx are the only ones alive. While Kissy's running through the woods, she runs straight into Jax, and then Jax, sorry, not Jax, Jinx, and Jinx tries to kill her, but Kissy, while getting attacked, just ends up, because she's way stronger, ends up killing Jinx. So then Jax, who was near Jinx, just hides behind a tree and is like, "I'm not dealing with that." Toph is calling out for anybody who's there, because as far as she knows, Marcy's dead, and all she knows is Marcy's dead, and there's like nobody else around her. And while she's calling out to people, Monica comes out from behind, and with Jinx's sword that she found next to Jinx's body, and slices Toph's head off. So the entirety. Wait, I did this wrong. Sorry, I'm stupid. Not Toph. I meant Luz. This entire time when I was saying Toph, I meant Luz, and I meant all Luz knew is Star was dead and Kissy had run off. So she was calling for Kissy. I don't know why I completely got that mixed up. I'm literally looking at my notes right now. Why did I just made up like a whole thing with Toph getting killed. I meant lose. So Monica, let me reset this. Monica finds the sword that Jinx used to kill Marcy, takes it, then Luz is calling out for Kissy because after Star died, she ran off into the woods and she's trying to find Kissy so she can apologize because she was like blowing up. And then Monica comes up behind, glitches in behind Luz and slices her head off. So Luz is dead. I don't know why I said freaking Toph. I meant Luz. Luz is dead. So then Jax sees Jinx, or Jax has been seeing Monica glitching all around and ends up confronting Monica about it, and she's like, yeah, I'm actually an AI, so I've figured out how to hack this game. And he's like, oh my gosh, you're more powerful than Kane. You could actually help me destroy Kane and free everybody without Chris McLean's help. So their bond is stronger. But while they're talking, Kissy runs out into the main area where Toph is, just standing there, also calling out to is anybody there. She hears the freaking. She can feel the vibrations and she can hear the pounding of Kissy running, and she, out of fear, sends a bunch of spiky rocks straight into Kissy and it stabs Kissy all through the stomach, killing Kissy, meaning every Rifted Raven is dead, and Monica, Jax, and Toph were the only survivors. So yeah, that everyone takes their headsets off, and it's they learn that once you died, you could actually stay and spectate from everybody's perspective. So that's how Dipper knows, that's how Deku knows that, because he randomly died as far as he knew, and also he saw Dipper get killed by Monica, so he knows that Monica killed both of them. And Dipper is like, yeah, you literally hanged me right while I was looking at Fritz's wires. And Monica, Jinx, and Jax already know about the whole hacking Foxy, obviously, because Jinx told Monica and Jax. So the real reason she killed Azuku was just to have fun, but the reason she killed Dipper was so that he wouldn't find out too much about that. And she's just like, yeah, I can't kill you in this because I'll get disqualified, so I had to take out some fun somehow. And she just laughs it off. He starts crying and runs off. Dipper's like, not cool, dude, and then walks off. So, but at least they have immunity this time, which is rare for them. Meanwhile, on the Warped Weasels, Ezekiel and Trump are mad that neither of them made it far, at all. And in Scary Girl are talking about how much fun they were having, and was talking about how he hasn't been able to kill a human in forever, but he's not going to kill any of them here because most of them are either nice to him or it'll just get him disqualified if he does. But he still loves the feeling of killing a human because that's what he's made for, is to kill humans and kill robots. Then Green Shadow asks Marcy if she's okay, and Marcy's like, yeah, you know what? Getting stabbed in the back like that felt honestly kind of like deja vu. I don't really know how to explain it. And and Green Shadow's like, okay, that's weird, even though she can't talk. And then Toph is just on her own still, and she goes out to try to find Luz, but Luz is busy trying to find Kissy. So with Star. So, because Star completely forgives Kissy, Luz was mad but forgives Kissy. And while Toph is trying to find him, and these two are trying to find Kissy, they all end up running into each other, and they all bond more, and they make this inter-team alliance official. Um, and eventually, Toph can feel the vibrations and ends up. They find Kissy hiding at the top of the Wawanakwa Mountain from the first episode of the show that they have to jump off of. And Kissy's just standing or sitting there crying, and Luz comes up and apologizes, and Star's like, "Yeah, it's okay. It was just a game. You were freaked out." Even Toph's like, "Yeah, sorry for repeatedly stabbing you through the stomach." Not the easiest way to go out. But they're like, we still want to be friends, and Kissy hugs them, and yeah, they're fine. Meanwhile, I don't even remember how these two died, but they aren't really talking about the game. But Spider-Man and Tails come together because they've made like a guys alliance to team up on the girls, since they have no one else, and they're both kind of just nerds in general. So Peter freaking swings up to Tails and is like, "Yo, I found the idol," and he picks up the idol, and Tails is like, "There's no way, because I found an idol." And it turns out there's actually 2 idols this season, but Chris only talked about one. Spider-Man's Peter's idol can only be played for himself, while Tails' idol can be played for anyone except himself. So yeah, that's how they work. So come elimination time, all the girls are because Applejack still is now more afraid. Ashley is as well, but mainly Applejack. What was chill with Kissy, but was actually is starting to get more afraid of Kissy after seeing the whole crash out and how much she killed. So she actually comes up to Peter and Tails, and they're like, "Guys, I want to flip." She's like, "I want to flip this time and take out Kissy. But even if the 3 of us vote, then the 4 of them will still have majority, and she doesn't know how Ashley will react, so she doesn't want to say anything." And Peter and Tails are like, "Hey, it's okay. We have idols. So if you agree to join us, we'll use our. You can still vote us tonight. You just get everyone to vote Spider-Man. Get everyone to vote Peter, and we'll take out Kissy, and then you can join us secretly." And she's like, "Okay, I'll do that." We'll both have. They'll both, or so these 3 kind of have a secret alliance right now, or at least she's secretly aligned with these 2, but she's not even telling her. So she convinces Ashley and convinces these 2, because they didn't really care who to vote, to get out Peter. So the 5 of them all vote Peter. And I should say that they didn't tell her about Tails' idol. They only told her about Peter's idol. So she doesn't know about Tails' idol, that he can only play for other people. So even though she wants Kissy out, the 5 of them vote Peter at elimination time, which, by the way, I completely forgot. Everything I just said was post-challenge, and now we're actually at elimination time. I forgot to move them. But yeah, so the 5 of them all vote Peter, and these 2 vote Kissy, and Peter uses his idol, taking out Kissy. And Luz and Star are super sad. Applejack does a silent yes, and Ashley sees that and raises her eyebrow. And actually, now that I think about it, you don't even see the votes in Total Drama like you do in Disventure Camp. So we'll say Applejack still also voted for Kissy, just in case the idol didn't work. She still also, as a safety net, also voted for Kissy. So Ashley sees this and raises her eyebrow, and Applejack acts like nothing happened. So Kissy's eliminated. Luz and Star are really sad, and yeah, she's taken to the Elimination Chamber, not where Agent Peely is. Which, by the way, I should say that Agent Peely sits on the other side of his chamber. Like, because you know how there's, like how I explained, there's the chamber where they're just waiting to get ripped at home, and there's where Agent Peely is, where he's going to get murdered, as far as Chris thinks. He's going to get thrown into the 0 point. Well, on his Rift Watch, he's told by Hope and Jones that they're dealing with freaking Greek gods right now, that are trying to kill everything, because it's Chapter 5, Season 2, right now, in the Fortnite timeline right now. So they can't send anyone over, but they will send over, they will send over a secret package, which should help him to escape. So, yeah. Hopefully nobody was rooting for Kissy, because that person is out, and I hope y'all enjoyed, because I know I did, and I'll catch y'all in the next one for Total Drama Multiverse.